As you referenced, this was the era where when Stanislaw left, it wasn't even like you got to have like, right, here's the new Optic, and it was just stand-ins over and over again. And as you alluded to with the people, I mean, it makes sense now that you say you had no money. These weren't like quality players who should have been in that position. Look, they were people like, it's cool they could stand in, but like it was obviously a temporary deal. I mean, who knows? Maybe Jason had the skill, but he'd never been a top pro, like you didn't have the experience. So I have to say, when you look at this run, it's actually, dude, this is one of those results this period that I really want to actually ask about, because normally in Counter-Strike, it can be a very weird game. Sometimes you have teams, like Astralis has done this a bunch of times, where you take like a stand-in, sometimes even instead of your best player, but somehow it's still fine. You're still really good, or you have like a honeymoon period, and for that, that week or whatever, everything's great. This team on paper had all these really good players. You only lost Stanislaw, but it didn't matter like, who the stand-in was. Like, this team was terrible, dude. You had like one result. I remember it was like Cologne. They made the playoffs. Like, aside from that, these were depressing. Like, you would go to tournaments, and you would just be at a complete also run. Like, you had no chance whatsoever. What was this period actually like? Like, how do you mentally keep it together in Snarks? I know this is actually, I remember when you started to on Twitter kind of be like, kind of a bit down on yourself and kind of be like, where the fuck's the old Rush? Like, I'm in shit form. Like, the team's got. It sounded like it was a depressing environment.
I mean, I've said it numerous times, but I play good in a team that has a good structure, a good environment, stability, and this is the exact opposite of all of that, because we were changing our IGLs out consistently, we were changing the structure consistently, we were changing players consistently, so I was always like changing what I was doing every single like other week basically. So yeah, individually I sucked, and most other people on the team sucked too, because we were just losing. Like, no one can play that well really if you're just losing nonstop. Because we were still going to big events. We were qualifying for ESL Pro League, all these other events like I Am Sydney. I don't know if I got invited or what, but we were still making these plans, like winning North American leagues. Like the standings, we were still making them, but like barely. And yeah, we played with who did we play? First, we had Hayes as a coach, with Jason R as a player. I think sorry, we had Hiko I think first at GMAC Masters Vegas, and it just didn't feel like the right fit at the time. We tried to get him to call. I don't think he was very used to it, and just didn't feel like a really good fit. Maybe we should have just went with that and kept it going, And we also had Peacemaker as a coach, I think, at that time. Was that before maybe? I don't remember. We had Peacemaker for a bit, for like one event, I think. I think it was I Am Katowice we had him. And then I think we got Jason R. I'm probably missing people. We had Jason R with Hayes the coach, and then eventually Jason R left, and then we got Hayes from the coach to a player. And he played, and that's when we made ESL Cologne. That was actually insane, because at that time the team was kind of falling apart, and we were deciding like, well, maybe we should go our separate ways, because it's not working out. We've tried for so long, and then all of a sudden we make playoffs to the biggest stage of all of CS, right? And we like I don't think we almost beat, but we beat SK in the first map on the quarterfinals in Cologne in front of the crowd, and that was like. Even though I've had so many big moments in my career, that was actually an insane moment, because we were such a huge underdog, and that was like no one expected us to do anything.
Of course not. They were far away number one. Yeah.
They're like, wait, they beat SK in the first map. What's happening? Like, what's going on here? And the crowd was like way behind us, like on our side this whole time, and it was awesome. But yeah, we lost the BO3 because we were shit at the time. But that kind of like turned our heads, like maybe we can actually get another player and put Hayes back to coach and actually do something with his team. But it obviously fizzled out after the Krakow minor or major qualifier. But I think overall that time frame was definitely very depressing, and believe it or not, I've had even more depressing moments in like my career. I'm sure you know, but that time it was only like 6 months, but it felt like a year to me.
Right.